We have a couple of political meltdowns to tell you about today. One is a Democrat candidate for AG. Two others are governors from coast to coast, all of them licking their wounds on this 10 Minutes of Truth.
You're listening to Barrett and Baxa. Real stories, raw takes, and the slow, strange death of traditional media.
So, Bob, one of the more serious meltdowns actually happened where you are in Virginia with this guy, Jay Jones, right?
Crazy, unbelievably. It's a story that's so crazy that in the political ads being run by Jason Miyares, this is for Virginia Attorney General. Jason Miyares is currently the Attorney General. He's running for re-election. He's the Republican. The Democrat is a guy named Jay Jones. He, in his ads, he has to literally say to people, if you don't believe this ad, go look it up in the Washington Post.
Washington Post confirms Jay Jones sent texts that imagined shooting the Republican Speaker of the House. Jay Jones wished the Speaker's wife could watch her own child die in her arms. It's so disgusting. It's hard to believe, but it's true.
This guy, Jay Jones, sent text messages to a colleague that are so insane. He was literally fantasizing about murdering children. And it's so crazy that people almost think this can't be real. And they have to go look it up themselves, and it is real.
Yeah. Okay, but let's start. The first clip, though, that we're going to play is something probably most people have already seen, but we're playing it anyway because it's so damn good. This is the meltdown of Katie Porter. She is running for governor out in California, and she got into a tangle with a reporter, and I don't think she's going to survive this one. Let's play it, Bob.
What do you say to the 40% of California voters who you'll need in order to win, who voted for Trump?
How would I need them in order to win, man?
Well, unless you think you're going to get 60% of the vote. You think you'll get 60%? Everybody who did not vote for Trump will vote for you. That's what you're thinking.
In a general election? Yes.
The question is, what do you say to the 40% of voters who voted for Trump?
Oh, I'm happy to say that. It's the do you need them to win part that I don't understand. I'm happy to answer the question as you have it written, and I'll answer it.
And we've also asked the other candidates, do you think you need any of those 40% of California voters to win? And you're saying, no, you don't.
No, I'm saying I'm going to try to win every vote I can. And what I'm saying to you is that...
Well, to those voters, okay, so you...
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it.
Oh, we don't want follow-up questions, and we don't want you going off script, is what she's saying. Don't go off your script.
There's so much to unpack. Do not go off script. Let me start with this. This might seem petty, but she is, and we're going to get into her staffer getting yelled at. She's clearly despised by her staff, and here's why. She's wearing a sleeveless dress, terrible look, and it was actually Kat Timpf who said this first on the Gutfeld show. She pointed out that this is what your team does. Your team tells you this outfit looks bad. Do not wear it, because obviously optics matter. And the fact that no one on her team said to her, don't wear this outfit, shows that her team does not like her. So let's start with that.
Well,
and then
there's a good reason for that.
Yeah.
Because after this interview, then we see how she treats her team.
We're going to lose more than 500,000 Californians dying prematurely to air pollution and other problems. And the state could lose... Get out of my fucking shot.
I wanted to tell you that that's actually incorrect. It's not that it's electric vehicles. It's that if we don't meet the commitments under the Paris Climate Accord.
Okay, it does. Okay, you also were in my shot before.
I love that
So this is a staffer trying to stop her from saying something wrong. This is a staffer trying to do what... Right. Just like you said, staffer should have told her not to wear that outfit. Well, this is the way that she treats her staffers when they are pointing out that she's wrong. That staffer should have stopped that interview, stopped it, and gone, because this was a recorded thing that she was doing for the DNC or something. This wasn't like a journalist interview she was doing.
No.
She was doing something for like the Democrat Party or something like that. And the staffer's trying to say, you don't have those facts correct.
Right.
You need to correct
And Katie
yourself.
Porter's answer is so good, because she basically, if you think about it, she basically is like, okay, I concede that you were trying to help me, but I still want to yell at you, you stupid bee, get out of my effing shop. Like, she actually accepts the fact that the interruption was a valid reason, but still yells at her
Right.
for being like she
It's like-
wanted to have both. It was so hilarious.
It's like you get
man.
yelled at for letting the dog out and the dog had to use the bathroom, and then your wife says, yeah, but one other time you left the door open and the dog got out. So
Right. Yes. And
So
now
that's
she's really screwed because she has turned into an absolute joke. I saw a meme of her with a sombrero, so they've gone to the sombrero.
everybody
Basically
gets
now,
sombreroed.
everyone gets sombreroed. Sombrero is now a verb, and
Right.
Katie Porter has been sombreroed. So
Yeah, it's a verb like Jerry Nadlering.
yes, you Jerry Nadler your district, and then you get sombreroed.
Yeah. All right, let's
All right.
move on to the more serious of
Mhm.
these meltdowns.
Right.
Which is this Jay
Jones.
not
Yeah.
Roy Jones, Jay Jones. And I'll start, Bob, with a want that I think maybe you pointed it out, and it comes from APnews.com. And on this issue of this guy who wanted to put bullets in his opponent's head and watch his children die in their mother's arms. And here is how the AP puts it. Trump's GOP seizes on violent rhetoric from Virginia AG candidate as high-stakes elections loom.
Yep. There it is
even
right there.
this, they can't help themselves but make it about Trump and say something
Always.
negative about Trump. Trump
Yes.
seizes
It's
on
all it's a
violent rhetoric.
Dan Bongino used to call this Republicans pounce, and he used that as a category of sort of topic. It's called Republicans pounce, and you can say pounce, you could say seize. I mean, all the words are the same, but it's always if a Republican does something wrong, like if this guy was a Republican, the headline would say Republican candidate writes despicable text messages, disgusting, wishing for death, and it would just be about him. When a Democrat does something wrong, it's never about the thing. It's always, hey, Republicans are using this thing against the Democrat. That's always how it's framed. And here's a perfect example. It's not that Jay Jones did something wrong. It's that Republicans noticed and are using it against him. That's the story here. So that's how the media always does it.
If you read the first few words of this headline, Trump's GOP seizes on violent rhetoric. If you just read that, and a lot of times people do it, they after the fifth word of the sentence, they say either I made my decision. So it sounds like it's Trump's GOP that's doing the violent rhetoric.
It doesn't get any more despicable as far as words. I mean, unless he had gone to the guy's house and actually killed his children, this is about as bad as it gets. Of course, no Democrat has called on him to drop out of the race. None. Zero.
That's true. Yeah. I can't believe that. I mean, that's the simplest thing to do is tell this guy drop out of the race, get out of our way because you're screwing it up for the rest of us. So look, we wouldn't be doing our jobs correctly if we didn't let you hear from Jay Jones himself. So I'm going to play kind of a double clip, a 2-in-1 clip. One is Jay Jones being the family man about how much he cares about children. And then the second one is a reporter from WRIC calling him out on the text messages that he sent. Let's listen.
Okay. People always told me that your priorities come into focus when you become a parent. And my highest priority will always be the safety of our families.
You said, according to the article, I'm quoting, Gilbert's wife could watch her own child die in her arms so that Gilbert might reconsider his political views. I can think of nothing more horrific than a mother having to hold her dying child. How can Virginians trust a man who said something so horrific, so callously?
Well, again, I am so deeply, deeply sorry for what I said, and I wish that it hadn't happened, and I would take it back if I could.
Bullshit.
Yeah, he admits it. I know. Here's the problem. 400,000 Virginians, including Bob Baxa, have already voted. We did early voting. I already voted for Jason Miyares, so it doesn't bother me that, I mean, I knew this guy was a scumbag already, and that's why I voted for Jason Miyares. And Winsome Earl Sears, our fantastic new governor, I hope.
Winsome Earl Sears had several great moments during a debate, but this debate happened after many, many people voted.
Would it take him pulling the trigger? Is that what would do it? And then you would say he needs to get out of the race? Abigail, you have nothing to say? Abigail, what if he said it about your 3 children? Is that when you would say he should get out of the race, Abigail?
And Spanberger
It was
has
so
that
uncomfortable.
shit-eating grin on her face. She's
Yeah.
got that little, like, smirk on her face, like, I'm just going to stand here until you're done asking me these questions.
Like, how hard would it be to say, you know what, I'm going to put aside politics and I'm going to say, yes, this guy needs to get out. He fantasized about murdering children. That goes too far. Yes, he should get out. But not a single Democrat has done that. None.
Well, that's it for this episode of Barrett and Baxa. Like, subscribe, and do all that other stuff podcasts want you to do.